Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome back to the NOFO Live Show, where I, Sunitha, along with my co-host Tracy, we hop on every Friday and talk about everything North Fork. Spring is not sure if it wants to come to the North Fork. I mean, she came last week, had a couple of beautiful days, and I think it almost hit 73 maybe on one of the days, if I'm not mistaken. And then it has dipped again. It's in the 30s. It's cold. It's gray. It's rainy. It's just not fun. And if you've been watching the show and my daily weather report, it's been a really cold winter as well. So, of course, it's bothering every person here, but mostly I've been thinking a lot about the farmers and how the season is about to open, the growing season for plants and the vineyards. Last year, a couple of the vineyards had some grape blossoms, leaf frost, I guess, or late frost, I guess, after spring, whatever. So just some food for thought here on sending good wishes to. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning.
Is that a sweater in April?
I know.
I mean,
I'm so
what is
depressed
going
about it.
on? It's like, wasn't there a couple, am I wrong? Wasn't there a couple of days where you thought
Yeah,
spring
no.
is here?
Yep, there was.
It was like 70
I
degrees, and next thing you
know.
know.
I know. It's
And the
so
day,
depressing.
when was the web meeting? Like Wednesday, right? We had
Yes, it was
it was
Wednesday. Yeah.
so windy.
It's been windy. I feel like it's been windy for like the past month.
I was talking
Like,
I was talking to a couple of people. I was talking to Robin about she's from Drink Chronicle, and just it reminded me of the grapes. And now because the bud is about to
yeah,
break, and then last year they, in the start of the season, a lot of the vineyards lost all their white grapes, I guess, because of an early frost. And I'm like, oh my god! But then all the farmers are opening up,
I
so
know.
I don't know what the
It's kind
plan
of tough
is.
because the wind does a lot with like some of the new sprouting weeds and sometimes certain vegetation that's not very good. So when we had that warm weather and it just popped open a lot of those flowers or plants, etc., the wind has taken, like, people are going to probably have really weedy grass this year
Well, I
because
I have
it
some
then
magnolia.
reset
Yeah.
into the soil and froze a little bit.
Well, I have some magnolia trees, so the flowers open before the leaves even come out. So they've
Yeah.
started to open, which is beautiful, and I can't wait. Except with the wind, as they're opening, they're also falling, and it's like I have no minute to even enjoy them, and it's
I,
crazy. So I don't know what it is. It's like a yo-yo, but let's hope for a good season ahead for everybody.
yes.
Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning.
Our weather chat lasted longer today because it
That's,
really is cold, and
I
you're in a
know.
sweater as well.
Well, but I also am wearing like short jeans that end at the calf in like just hopes that I'm going to will this weather to come along, except that my ankles are freezing all day. But
Well, I wore linen to the meeting, but hey, that doesn't mean anything. Anyway, good morning. Let's jump right into it. I know, Amanda, you were on here a few weeks ago wearing a different party hat,
ha ha
Yes.
ha
and
ha.
today you are. So let's remind everybody who you are and talk about who you're representing today.
Okay, so my name is Amanda Giuliano, and I'm principal designer, studio manager, buyer, and all things for Nicolette's for the Home in Southold. We are a kitchen and bath design studio located right in the heart of the village of Southold. We just moved to our new location, literally 0.2 miles from, not even 0.02 miles, I think, from our first location. So we're right to the left, so east of Southold General. And we also are a home decor and retail shop, but you can obviously get your cabinetry through us. We have countertops, tons of options, tiles, lighting, everything for the home. We do interior design work. We do CAD. We do project management for large and small scale renovations. And we work with tons of contractors and builders on the North Fork, architects, etc. We have expediter recommendations if anybody needs for projects. And then our retail shop, which is open 7 days a week, 10 to 5 every day. You can just wander in and get candles and throw pillows and throw blankets. And you will be pleasantly surprised, even though it's curated and looks really well put together. We are very affordable, and I would say prices are equivalent to going to big box stores.
What
Let's talk a little.
prompted
Sorry.
the move? What prompted the move?
So many things. Our lease was up. And, you know, that space, which I know everybody loved because it was this like huge.
Can we just talk a minute about the old space, just for people who haven't been? I mean, too late, but just from the minute you walk in with the porch. So it was a historic home.
Yeah, from
that was converted to a retail.
Colonial. Yeah, Dutch colonial from the late 1800s. And it was a beautiful home, but the home needed a lot of work. You know, unfortunately, as renters, you get maxed out for how much you're willing to invest in a rental property.
Yeah.
So I think the writing was on the walls with how expensive the property was to maintain. I mean, it was irrigation.
Well, it was an interesting space though, because it literally was a home and had multiple rooms, but kudos to you guys for using every room as a showroom.
Yeah.
You know, the way you guys displayed it, you walked into a bathroom, which obviously you couldn't use the toilet, it existed, but you had decorated it in a way like, this is what your bathroom can look like. And this is, so I love that about that, it wasn't a traditional store.
Concept. The initial concept was because, you know, my design career started in big box companies, like companies that had warehouses, and then you came in, there was like a little section that was like the showroom area, right, with cabinets and all this fluorescent lighting, and it was just very impersonal. A lot of displays were done by like corporate, you know, wherever, and like they didn't necessarily relate to the area that we were selling it predominantly in. And my degree is in interior design, like that's my background, so I really wanted it to reflect that like conception to completion concept that most people have.
Mm-hmm.
So when we saw that house, when John, Nicolette, and I went, and we were like, there was like 3 different properties we were looking at, but we walked into that one first and we fell in love with it, and I was immediately able to envision everything. And I do have a merchandising background, which is like very easy for me because I did that with Restoration Hardware. And I mean, in retail, I've done that forever. Like I used to work at 𝗔𝗺 and Tanger. I did the Tanger tour like most people do out here. You work at every Tanger retail store that there is when you're young. And so I had that experience, and we did it so that all the cabinetry, when you saw it in the space, like you didn't realize it was actually displays.
Yeah.
But
and that kitchen though, I don't want to forget about that kitchen that you guys made there was stunning.
Fortunately, we had to leave it behind as per the contract, but so the you know, and this space, like, it was a huge savings for us. And on top of it, I mean, I love the location better, you know, like we've been there since 2017, so it was like we got, as from a business perspective, we got to see a lot of changes in the town, in the how the business operates in the town. And you know, like many conversations with John, we just decided that like if a location ever popped up closer to like the
John is the owner you're referring to, right? John Nicolette.
John Nicolette, which is kind of where the feminization of Nicolette came from. That's why it's Nicolette's for the home. And he predominantly is in Massapequa, at our nursery and retail location in Massapequa, which has been around since 1974. All of our growers are actually out here and have been for decades. So we've always, you know, been very aware of this microeconomy here. So this move felt right, and honestly, a better way to display what we do. So that was
so you haven't moved far, just for people who don't know the location. You haven't moved far, but there is sort of like a start and an end to the main street, and I feel like your old location was just at the end or just outside of Main Street. So now you're smack in the middle of what can be considered Southold Main Street. And I walked in there a couple of days ago, and I just want to start with the windows that you have at the storefront. Oh my God, the amount of light that comes into your new space is so incredible, and so different vibes from your old store. So talk a little bit about the new space.
Yeah, so the new space, I know it's not as personal looking as the old one in the sense of like it's not a home, but believe it or not, from a merchandising perspective, it actually made things so much easier for me. the way I can display merchandise, everything. It was color blocked in the old store, which I don't even know if most people noticed that. But here we were able to color block it. Obviously, we have unobstructed 4 massive windows in the front. We took the tint off because it used to be Body Smart Gym, and there was tint on the front windows. I used to work out here. So we took those off, and the amount of light is insane. We are going to be completing, hopefully by the end of the month, our front main kitchen display that'll be window facing, which I'm looking very much to. We just had like a better way to display it. So we got all new floors in here. If you worked out here as Body Smart, it's going to be a huge eye opener when you come in because it's different. Annie Woodhull had a chance to pop in the other day. You were here, Sunita. So she's Chris's sister. She was also in charge of the gym, and she had it was different.
Oh, wait, just,
like it was like
to clarify, I had never seen the inside of the gym.
Yeah.
Just want to clarify that. partly also because, like you mentioned, the windows are highly tinted. So I don't know what the space looks like on the inside, but I can only imagine that it didn't look like what it is now.
No.
And Tracy, you as a designer, will appreciate it. This is what I wanted to say to Amanda. Yes, I know you guys had to move and sort of do over, but I almost feel like as a designer, you're probably salivating at that opportunity to be able to do it all over and design all over and put a new spin on it.
Yeah. I feel like that's always part of it. I just want to give Pat, she's so sweet. I love her. For me, I'm not like, everyone was like, oh, you're going to be so upset about leaving the other thing. Like, I think Ralph had emotions about it. He's behind the wall over here. I definitely know John had some emotions about it and stuff like that. And like, everyone was like super sentimental.
You've been there a long time. You've been there a long time, and it was a home. It really was a home for you guys.
But the home is where the team always is. So I'm not really like, and I guess this is always because when I was 20, I had a fire in one of my first apartments, like my big girl apartments, and the shock of that was just I realized how much things are just things. And I think it's kind of what pushed me into the interior design as well, and kind of leave the aviation side of me. And being in this industry and working through like Sandy and like lots of other major events where we've had to do major remodels for people, it was eye-opening that that all of this is just temporary, and I love change. Like I literally thrive off of change, and I think Tracy does too. So
that's so funny that you say that, because as soon as you said that, I was like, wow, most people don't say that. I don't know if I seek out change, but I do thrive in it.
Well, and also we can update. We can change the word change to say update or refresh.
Right?
Because it is a change, but especially when I compare the old store to the new store, it's a complete refresh and a complete change. And like you said, the entire team, it's not a sad move because your entire team picked up, walked the 50 steps and is all here. So, it's a chance for you guys to update and refresh and show how you can do it differently.
It is. And Trace, the thing when you think about it is when you're forced to have to face a massive change in your life, you either fall in it, right? Or you just embrace it and find okay, what's good about this? And I feel so many times I've, not only for myself, but for clients, have had to be okay, well, this is our opportunity to redo the layout. What did you actually hate about the old house? I know all your photos are gone, but what is it about the old house that you actually despised? And we can actually curate more. So I think that's why with this move, I'm really excited. I mean, Southold General is literally gonna probably have the best sales of the year since they opened from us constantly. I mean, we were there all the time, but now it's gonna be an incredibly amount of time that we're gonna be walking over there. So but I'm really excited. We have more shipments of products coming in, waiting for artwork to be shipped. There's more decor boxes, but we're open. We've gotten some shipments, but we'll be getting tons of more stuff. And then, like I said, once the display is done, and then probably later this year, we'll get to our custom bath display. But this time, like, we're not ripping the Band-Aid off too fast when it comes to like how we want to plan it. I kind of really just like the kitchen display was obvious. Like I knew what I wanted for that. But I think I want to just kind of see how the space feels and then see like what I want to display more. But we do have a sample room, which is what I'm sitting in currently.
Okay. And like a regular person who walks in can go into the sample room? Oh, that's nice.
So you can come into the sample room. You can see all the different cabinetry vendors we have. We carry 5 cabinetry
I did that already. I looked at countertops.
She did. So we have 5 different cabinetry lines, everything from entry to fully custom, and we're actually carrying a custom Long Island line as well out of Bayport, and that's Lucas Millworks. And we have all our countertop displays, paint swatches. We have more samples than are physically up here. We just have to figure out how to display them right now. So,
but that's an upgrade in terms of before you had to make an appointment with you and then go upstairs and look at everything. And someone now who just walks in off the street to maybe buy a throw pillow might go like, "Oh, I didn't know you did this. Let me look."
Yeah, there's a table and a consultation. It's a whole, office, but office/showroom together where you can,
Yep. And I used to not have the countertops on the sales floor, like specifically out of all the things, because they're heavy, the samples, and like I was like, if you're in the industry, if you put like the same material, so like stone on stone, like they can scratch each other if they're equal hardness.
Yeah, but you were
obviously
also doing living room. Like where in the living room are you putting samples?
Right.
You literally, the old store was decorated like a room, so you can't put it in the bathroom. You can't put it in the porch because they don't belong there. Yeah.
Exactly. Or it was going to damage something. So like we kind of kept it off the sales floor because honestly, people like to pull from the racks. They like to like slam things down. So now we invested in actually cheap tables that I don't care what happens to these things. And people can grab samples. You can come in with your builder. You can come in with your architect. If you have a designer already and your designer's not from here, but you want to source locally, I would implore you to come in. And I think one thing with how volatile we've seen the market already, like with everything that's like occurring, what I would definitely want to get across on this live for anyone listening is please lean into local. Like lean into local. If you're coming from out west, if you are from out west, if you're from the city, and you're coming out to the North Fork, or it's your second home is already out here and you're planning a renovation, I will help you find local contractors, local resources. We sell cabinetry hardware, and I'm not the only cabinet person out here. Yes, there are some big boxes on the North Fork in both Riverhead and Greenport, but there are some amazing local dealers. We all have great warranties on our cabinetry and countertops. It's the same as big box stores. And like the local, like supporting the local businesses is what's going to help everybody basically survive. So
well, and it extends beyond the cabinetry stores. Like I said, when we keep talking about web on every show, I think at this point, the Women Entrepreneur Business Meeting, it was just this past Wednesday, and a lot of women there were sharing the same sentiment. Like Noreen, for example, who's your neighbor at Touch Goods, just opened a new outpost in Jamesport, which I know, Tracy, you're excited about. But again, the feeling is the same, as it's uncertain times for business, and she's opening a new store. Is this the best time to be opening it? But is there another good time, and the fact that there are so many small businesses on the North Fork, the only way they will continue to be there is if we all continue to support them.
Yeah. And I was doing a bit of research this past week, and 95%, like this is from the Small Business Association, so the SBA, 95% of businesses in Suffolk County 95% are small business. And I was telling this to my sister, and she's like, how's that possible? There's big box stores. I was like, but if you think about the number of big box stores per town, small businesses actually outnumber them just because their volume is larger. Like there's Target is Riverhead. The next Target is Medford.
Right.
Then the next Target is Smithtown,
Stony Brook.
So and there's only 9 Lowe's stores on the whole island. There's more Home Depot. I think there's like probably 13 Home Depots. But compared to small kitchen and bath dealers, there's actually more of us. And
Wow.
like, it's just that people choose for whatever reason going to a big box store. And maybe it's just how they market themselves versus the little guys. But so Long Island is extremely unique, and especially the eastern end, Suffolk County too, like that we have a lot of small businesses. And Noreen was absolutely right in that, because she, like, you know, we're feeling it. We're seeing all the vendors having increases. I mean, it's not just going to be us that's going to have price increases, like, as things kind of progress, but it's also the big box stores. Nobody wants to lose margin. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it's something that, and like, she sells furniture. You know, all of our amazing shops on the North Fork sell, like, you can get beautiful vintage finds. We have vintage finds here that Heather redoes the vintage finds.
Mm-hmm.
Lori has these beautiful reclaimed pieces that she just polishes up the character to. The girls over at Pearl on Main, same thing. Laura from Pheasant Ivy,
Yeah.
like, her vintage rug collection is
I mean, Southold
unreal.
is like a powerhouse of the
Interior
best stores.
design.
Yes, it
Yeah.
really is. I mean, call it the design mecca. And like, Lori actually opened up
Well, I just want to
their
clarify, Lori from White Flower
White
Farmhouse,
Flower.
because
Yeah,
we're just
sorry.
chatting like friends, like
Like, I know, sorry,
name
I haven't talked to
dropping.
you. Yes. So, but where Lost and Found used to be, the girls opened up, Lori opened up the custom tables now. I have a custom farm table from
I
Lori.
did
So,
that.
yeah.
So Lost and
So
Yeah,
Found
you
she
could
is
do
gone.
that.
expanded into a second location.
Yeah.
Lori did around the corner, and
For
because she
building tables and
sells,
benches.
yeah,
Yeah.
she moved
Coffee
all her
tables.
wood stuff there.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then if you love the look of English pine, like, honestly, the Pearl on Main is truly, like, the girls like fine old English pine. It's like that nice, like, yellowy light pine that everybody's kind of, you know, really getting into. I have a beautiful armoire, huge, massive armoire from them. That's Ralphie's play cabinet.
Yeah,
And
but I just want to give a shout out to all the talent
yeah.
behind these stores of what it takes. Like, I walk into White Flower Farmhouse for my weekly therapy. I mean, you know, I try not to buy stuff, but you can't help it when you walk in there. But just being in that space and watching the way that she and her team are able to put these things together. Same with Pearl on Main, same with you guys. I mean, I walked in and looked at your new open shelving display, and I was in awe, because totally different
Totally different.
from before, but very inviting.
Yeah. And you know, another store, and not just to plug every other store that's on the but another store that is a complete hidden gem that I feel like people can underestimate what she has there is Carrie has the Salty Roots, like the apparel next to the salon. And I don't know if you guys have gone in there, but she has some cosmetics, and she has her apparel. First of all, it's priced extremely well, and her stuff is so cute. Like, it's like,
Is she?
I mean, it's
Is she next to where you used to be, or is she
Yes,
in
yes,
just
correct.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
where
Yeah, I
the
know where you're talking about.
the original old hair salon used to be,
Yes.
and now she's in there.
Okay.
And so her salon's on the right side, the east side, and then as soon as you walk in the front door, you can go like left or right. And what's nice is if you do have an appointment and you're waiting, you can browse too.
I have been
But
in
like,
there, and I have bought something. Like, she has cute little boutique tops, kind of, and you're right, they're
yes,
pretty
dresses, like her
inexpensive.
sundresses.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen Carrie. She dresses like the most adorable person you've ever known in your whole life. So,
I've
she
already been
like
drinking the Southold Kool-Aid for 20 years, so you don't have to sell me on
what else?
There's a
on
reason why
everything
everyone
Southold.
thinks I live in Southold.
I'm
Everyone thinks
sure.
I live there because I literally, like, when I moved here, I just every day drove out to that little strip and just would walk back and forth and like integrated myself into the Southold community.
Yeah, and it's because like you guys said, it's like there's a lot of creatives here. There's a lot of like, and it's Southold has been transforming at such a rate. Like Greenport kind of already exists, you know, and it's in its bubble. It's just the turnover in Greenport is just a little bit more obvious.
I feel like it's a little more seasonal, even though we're only a few miles apart. The Greenport
Yeah.
stores seem to have a different set of challenges than the Southold stores, you know.
Yeah, and all of the Southold businesses, honestly, for a majority of them are like the big chunk of them are big staples in like Tracy said, like it's like a design mecca now on the North Fork, and I just think that you know, once the town, you know, gets on getting that directory together, which I know is something that they're working on, that will be easier for people to also have a nice like one-stop area to kind of see like where all the businesses are located and who's where. So yeah, but that's about our little village. I know you guys have to talk about Bollywood.
Wait, before we
So
get to Bollywood, I just want to say I want to put a different hat on and just talk about NOFO style because you at Nicolette's are now carrying a collection of the NOFO style bags, and everybody keeps asking me where can I buy them, where can I see them, and so far, you know, they are available in a few hotels and stuff. But you're carrying a larger collection right on display. So do you want to talk a minute just about that?
yeah, so we have right next to our main counter, we have a whole rack that's got all of her beautiful bags displayed. And we have our highlight collection that's in the front. It's in the center, which is like in the main aisle when you walk in. Obviously, I want everyone to come in to understand what I'm talking about. But so right now we've got it set up for obviously Memorial Day. We weren't sure if we were going to make Easter, so we popped straight to Memorial Day. And we have all of our brand new collections there, and her bags actually went perfectly. She has a few like specialty bags that she did for like the summer collection, and they fit
The
like
red, white, and
the
blue
gem
one. The
I
red,
did
white, and blue one.
actually.
Yes.
I only took a couple of bags at the beginning
I'm
because I
gonna show
wasn't
you.
sure what the new vibe would be like and what it would fit like. But then when I went the first time, and Amanda had already set up like a summer display, and I was like, oh my god, I have to come back with a red, white, and blue bag, and just look at that, it
Oh,
fit.
it's perfect.
Ah,
And
and
we,
then it just made sense to
Oh
have,
yeah.
you know, more. Yeah, so there's it's not the entire collection. It is a subset because like a crazy person, I keep making more and more one of a kind individual bags. So I do have a lot more, but at least now there's a home
yes,
where
Yes.
people can go and check them out. And
and there's
look
like
at that gorgeous space, Tracy. Look how
Yay! Oh
open.
my gosh, I can't wait.
Look
I can't
how
wait to
open and
come in.
airy, beautiful space. It's a beautiful space. And you did a great job decorating it, Amanda.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's just like it's so different from how like the old store was.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm waiting for artwork. I'm waiting for so much stuff. And then our front kitchen display,
Look at
like
the
I know this isn't.
windows. Can you show those
Oh
windows?
yeah.
Oh
Look at that
wow.
entire front. I mean, we
Yeah.
say windows, but it's like a whole wall of glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have our cute little logo and our counter. It's just such a big girl place. And then and then this is going to be our custom front display, which we have white oak. We have this countertop that's actually going to waterfall down. It's really beautiful. I'll show you this quick. That's the
Beautiful.
countertop. And
And
then we have
honestly,
a
I came in for the bags and the conversation, and I saw the countertop
yes,
that you had put together, and that's what made me think I need a countertop, and that's what started the whole
yes,
conversation.
yes,
And you gave me some options and stuff. So I think it's great to
yeah,
have all of the displays you have to spur that conversation.
yeah. And then we're doing like this matte black stone for the custom island. And then that's a matte black brand new from Bertazzoni. It's their Noir collection. It's an induction top. Yeah.
Actually sell the appliances too?
Oop, you broke up.
Do you
What was
actually
that?
Tracy,
sell
say again,
the
you froze.
appliances too?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Do you sell the appliance too?
No, we
Oh,
have a partnership with Appliance World in
okay.
Huntington because there's obviously no appliance places out here.
Yeah.
So we
Which,
have
by the way, shout out, I got my appliances from there. They were
they're amazing.
incredible. They were really incredible.
So I've worked with so many appliance vendors across like the whole all of Long Island, and they are the only people. Shout out to Appliance World that educate their clients on the actual products.
Yes.
A
I
lot
will
of people,
say when I was building my old
yeah,
house, they let us come in and we like took a cooking class
yes,
on the stove
yes.
that we wanted to buy. Yes.
So they stopped doing the cooking classes at like during COVID and like kind of like never really resurrected it, which is so sad.
Yeah.
And a lot of the chefs that they did highlight there were local chefs to Huntington. And if anyone's been to Huntington, like you know how amazing the restaurant life is in Huntington. So, but they do have live appliances and they'll let you play with the appliances, just so you know, so you can get used to putzing around with them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, we have already run over time, but I want to talk about another design feature. So we are busy designing our
Those are
Bollywood
so cute.
event. I'm so excited. We have so many great things that are maybe instead of NOFO Live 5, we could do what are the 5 things we're excited for about the Bollywood party?
Oh, like right
Okay.
now?
Yes, like right now. So
Oh,
my
without
first
planning.
one is
Okay. Because I just wait before we jump into that. When I again back to the web meeting because there were
yeah.
so many women talking that. So many people, Tracy, came, and we talked about this a little bit, came up to me and had questions about what should I wear. Like, there's so much interest for this. So you and I are going to take a Friday out and just talk about Bollywood, obviously
Yeah.
before the Bollywood show, Bollywood party. So we will do a whole fledged, but top 5 things we're excited about. I'll go first.
Okay.
Food.
Yep.
Food, because Nathan Hitchcock, the chef at Halyard, will be making Indian fusion food, and we are going to have like a little tasting beforehand so we can tweak and stuff. So I'm most excited about the idea of getting Indian food on the North Fork.
All right, Amanda, you pick
So,
one.
so Sunita promised me if I can find it, because I just realized, Sunita, we're also packing, remember, because we're moving personally. So if I can find my sari, she's gonna help me put it on my body. So, and teach me how to do it, and which I'm very excited about, which
Well, if you can't
I hope I can
find
find
yours,
it.
if you can't find yours, I'll hook you up with one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And all right, so I am very excited about the music and dancing that goes with it because we're gonna have lots of Bollywood music.
I can't believe you said music over decor because all I
but
see ever
honestly,
since we picked this theme,
like the decor I'm working on and I'm
you're
very excited
obsessed
about.
with the decor. I just want to
I
tell
am
people
obsessed with decor.
I'm
But
giving.
like when I think about the party itself, I just cannot wait to like dance with everybody. I'm so excited.
Okay.
We're gonna dance together.
I have to. This is like, I feel like I'm giving family secrets out. But the minute we talked about having a theme and we picked Bollywood, Tracy made like, I think it's 4 or 5 pages of mood boards
Yeah.
that she sent me the next day. And I didn't even look at 5. I looked at 1 and I was like, oh, okay, I don't know why you need all this. And then when I opened it, there was like 5 pages of it. And one page was entirely outfits Tracy might wear to the event. And I was like, we are going all in for this event. And
I am so excited about my outfit. I can't even.
And I just want to say, you have your Indian outfit ready. I have no idea what I'm wearing. So now I feel the
you
pressure.
have the biggest collection out of anyone.
Well, more than collection, in India, everything is custom made.
Yeah.
So they fit you at the size that you were then. And I haven't been to India in a while, so I don't know what will fit me. But I love the outfit that you picked, Tracy. And now I genuinely feel the pressure of what am I going to wear? I might just come in a linen pants and call it a day.
No.
I can't compete with your outfit.
My outfit. So Sunita was so great, like amazing, and she went to her cousin's house and she got all of these traditional Indian outfits and she brought them to my house and we tried them on. But I found one that is navy blue and gold, which is me. And that was the one thing that I was like a little worried about, that I was like, I don't want to feel not.
You're like, I hope that one fits. That's it. I hope that one fits.
Oh my God. And when I put it on, pardon my French, but I said, fuck yeah!
Ooh, we're going there.
I was so excited when I put it on. So we have to tailor it, but I am going all in.
I just want to say there's been a couple of comments about the party. Okay, so the party is May 14th at the Halyard in Greenport. And it is a celebration of the North Fork and the North Fork community, which is really what the NOFO Life Show podcast is all about. And we didn't do it the first year when we started the podcast because we didn't know it was a thing. We were just chatting, like today we feel like we're friends with Amanda in real life, and it's like we're just saying Trace and we're saying Lori and assuming that everybody knows what we're talking about. But it genuinely is a small community here, and when you use first names, people generally know who we're talking about. So in year 2, we threw a party to celebrate, and we invite all the guests that we featured on that year on the show. And since then, so we've had 2 versions of this event at the Halyard, and they have been great. People have raved about the food. food every time for the party. And this year, more so for our own entertainment, instead of doing the exact same theme and the party, we decided to kick it up a notch and do a Bollywood theme. And are super thrilled. Like I said, the chef is going to make Indian food, so that's exciting. And then from there, with Tracy's 4 mood boards, it has snowballed into this amazing activity that everybody wants to be a part of. So I would encourage everybody to get tickets early because
Yeah,
it will sell
it
out.
will sell.
Obviously, the restaurant does have a capacity at some point. So as much as I like backdoor deals, don't be calling me later because I can't increase the capacity. So if you are planning on going, get your tickets now. The event is May 14th and the link for the tickets is live. And obviously, if you've been a guest on the show this past year, we comp everybody's tickets. So please make sure to book those also, because the last thing I want to do is tell a guest that was on the show going, why did you wait so long?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
please get
But
your
I
tickets soon.
also want to make sure, Sunita, that, we're really excited about our outfits and, we have traditional Indian outfits, but I want everyone to know, like, you don't have to have that to come.
Absolutely.
It's just a fun, festive party. Come in what you're comfortable in. Dance if you want to dance. Don't dance if you don't want to dance. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be an amazing, fun night to celebrate our community. We're just so excited that people have embraced NOFO Live the way that they have. And we want to throw a party to celebrate that. So that's really what it's about.
Just come to watch Tracy dance. I mean, that would be worth the admission price. Let me tell you, this girl has some moves. I don't know about your moves, Amanda, but I know Tracy has moves.
Tracy and I have danced together for years.
Oh, so you have moves too. Okay. So then you're going to get 2-for-1 deal and all the others. I mean, there were people, I think it was Kathy, who's your business partner at Party Animal, right? Again, at the web meeting was telling me what Indian music songs I should play. Like people are giving me suggestions of which Bollywood music should be there. I was like, okay, I got you covered because that's the one Tracy picked first.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's really funny.
Okay,
well,
we can
you
talk
can
about
talk to
this
me
for an hour.
offline because we should hook you guys up with some balloons for the event.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Yes, we might have a photo thingy going, and maybe.
And I
oh my God, those.
saw those colors of the things that you're making, and I am like loving.
This is our colors. I'll show you. Even we have some flowers. Lumber and Salt is helping us out with some props, so we have all sorts of stuff going on. Yeah,
I love
very excited.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for joining us, Amanda. Good luck on the new space. I mean, it's beautiful. It's stunning. Has the most airy and inviting vibes. So I'm sure that'll be a beautiful home for you guys for years to come.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.